MVPs right now. Who are your candidates? I have 4 candidates right now on my ballot.
Okay.
In order. I have 4-1 for me. I don't know how much you have, but
see, here's the thing. I had, and this is why this was tough for me. My list probably will seem fractured because dudes have gotten hurt, point blank. I mean, like Justin Jefferson was on the list at one point. Well, he's on the shelf now. You know, Saquon would have certainly been one to consider until, you know. But right now, I mean, my top MVP candidate today, Tyreek Hill.
I don't necessarily disagree with you. To me, it's I got Christian McCaffrey number 1, but right there, and I think you hate this shit.
Say it. I know you want to say it. Just say it.
1A, 1B, Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, and the distance is that short for me. I just, the reason why I said today is C-Mac is my number 2. We need to see his injury report before I feel confident.
I think it's really, in my opinion right now, it's really a 2-man race.
Mm-hmm.
It's those 2 guys. And it's so refreshing for once to have a list that has no quarterbacks right now. Although 3 and 4 will have 2 quarterbacks.
Do you think all 5 will be not a quarterback? I don't agree with that.
No. Well, of course not. In fact, I do. The other 3 are quarterbacks.
Okay.
But I think the other guy's been so good.
I can tell you already. I'll do number 3 for you. Patrick LaVon Mahomes II.
You said last week. Yeah.
I did.
3 for me, I got Jared Goff. He has been awesome this year and consistent and efficient.
I don't mind you putting him in the conversation, but I'm not going to put him ahead of Patrick LaVon Mahomes II, despite the head-to-head matchup, even though they technically don't play each other exactly, quote. Jared Goff, listen, it was a 1-point game. Chris Jones in it. That's not a win, okay?
Fair enough.
But the Chiefs have played at least two, without looking at their schedule, at least 2 amazing defenses and came out the other side. And all I keep hearing about every week is how, Travis Michael Kelsey's having injury issues and how Patrick LaVon Mahomes II has nobody to throw to and Andy Reid doesn't run the ball and yada, yada, yada. Granted, much like the Jags, they are deceptively a defensive team. But yeah, Patrick LaVon Mahomes II for sure. Is my number 3. I don't mind you putting Goff in your top 5. I'm just not prepared for that yet. Give it more time. Maybe I'll get there.
Mm-hmm. Well, 4 is Mahomes for me.
Okay.
To your point, for the same reason you said there. The only reason I have Goff ahead of Mahomes right now is because I've seen a bad Mahomes game this year. I haven't seen one bad Goff game this year yet. And it's a game of inches at this point with that. Those rankings.
But again, going over the Lions schedule such as it was, I'm not here to say, by the way, that Goff had a great game against the Chiefs, but really, who does?
Who's your 4?
I haven't said 4 yet. I don't have Goff in the top 5 yet, mostly because of strength of schedule.
Okay.
And like I said, he could get there. People could get hurt. People could lose games. Goff can do some stuff. I might get to watch a bit more film of the Lions than I have so far, et cetera, et cetera. I am not. This is not one of your worst takes. I'm just not there yet. That's all.
Okay. So who's 4 for you?
4 for me, it's going to sound kind of trendy, but hanging on by a thread today, I have Josh Allen for the Bills. I don't think it holds, but when you tell me about a team who's still favored to win the East, allegedly, who completely lit up and exposed the Dolphins, who somebody on this panel had as a number 1 team at one point, right? You can't rule that out. The biggest problem with Josh Allen is, and the Bills in general, I should say, not just Josh Allen, they blow so hot and cold. You never know what they're doing.
It's highs are highs, lows are real low.
I believe that the team capable of playing the best football possible in a particular outing is, in fact, the Buffalo Bills.
In the league, you mean? In the league.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, I think the Bills at their best, clicking all cylinders, is even better than the Niners just because they're more explosive. And no disrespect to Brock Purdy, but that's where I'm at. For me, I got Josh Allen at 4.
5 for me is Tua.
Can't do it.
I get it.
Can't do it because Tyreek steals too many votes.
Tyreek's that's your point. Tyreek's top 2 for us. So yeah.
Number 5. And no one's got this on their card, but they goddamn should. Okay? Who out there this year versus last year was supposed to have a super explosive offense that's completely disappointed. Use context clues. Who is asking you this question as it's posed, DJ Christian?
So who has had a supposed to offense normally, but is having an off year?
Who has had an offense that was expected to be explosive, but hasn't really been, except for key moments?
Jalen Hurts, the Eagles.
I would again ask you to consider the context clue of who's posing you this question. Whom does Kyle write for again?
Oh, the Jags.
The Jags, damn straight. Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, Evan Ingram, and hey, Travis Etienne's a bad mamma jamma. My best performing article was to talk about how Travis Etienne was a bright spot.
So Sunshine is it the Prince?
Nope, not what I said. What I said was they're not meeting expectations. How in the beep is a guy not meeting expectations who's currently possibly going to miss Thursday, by the way, apparently, possibly, going to be the vote? No. But what's been carrying this team so far, as I cited earlier in this very show? The defense. Now, if I say to you, what's the point of emphasis on what was the biggest weakness on this team, Ernest Christian, what would you tell me that is?
You told me it was the secondary.
Well, no.
At least last year it was.
Last year it was. Going into this year, the biggest concern was the pass rush.
Okay.
And yet, the Jags, while not the team that leads in sacks, does have a team where they have two of the top defensive backs in an 8-way tie for 3, by the way, Darius Williams and Andre Sisco. Granted, part of it is playing Desmond Ridder and Gardner Minshew, but also playing Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes II. You have two leading interception gainers, but it's not either of them.
Who is it then?
Josh Allen, who is tied for second in sacks, that produces a pass rush, that creates interceptions, yet I'm supposed to believe there's no pass rush whatsoever. And without him, I'm probably right. Ergo, Josh Allen, number 5 MVP.
So Josh Allen back-to-back.
You're technically correct. By the way, I wrote an article about Josh Allen declaring that Josh Allen was a scary guy to face. You'll see that on the Jaguar Report as well. Bing!
One last thing